first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here and be on this podcast. My journey starts from China, as I told you before. I was living and working in China for 1 year, but then I was invited to Abu Dhabi, participate as manager director there, and I was in love with Abu Dhabi staff, with the life there. And after that, I came back to Ukraine, and I said to my family, no. And I said to my family that my life gonna build in UAE. That's actually from where and how my journey started. I took all my savings that I earned in China and Ukraine back, and I came to Dubai without knowing anyone, without having nothing. I remember even when I landed to Dubai. I opened the map and I said, okay, where I am gonna live? And I checked the names and I found the name Marina, and we have famous name in our Ukraine country, Marina. So I'm okay, this is something familiar to me. So I'm gonna live in Marina, even though I didn't know anything about Dubai. And it was quite tough because for a woman at young age, I was 21 years old. It's not so easy, but I went through and...
I remember when I was 21, vaguely remember when I was 21 at this stage. Yeah, I mean, the big decisions to make at that age. I mean, I lived in Australia. I think I went there when I was 21, 22, and the same thing. I hadn't got anything. I hadn't really got any money, nothing with me. I ended up going there. I'd been on holiday, and I kind of fell in love with where we were living in Australia at that point in time, or staying for that holiday period. Got back to the UK and decided, right, okay, I want to go back. So I kind of just sorted myself out and left and went to Australia with nothing. And I ended up there 3 years and just fell in love with the lifestyle, etc. But again, it was. I think the nice thing about that is, though, it's a journey of discovery.
Yes.
And you discover it along the way, rather than try and plan everything out from the start.
Yes. Journey of discovery, and also at that time you have this courage for this journey.
Exactly.
To discover. Because at this moment, if you will take me who I am now back to my 21, maybe I would not had this.
Exactly.
Decisions to come back, to Dubai and make.
When I say a journey of discovery, I think it's a twofold thing, because you're discovering Dubai, but you're also discovering more about yourself.
Exactly.
During that journey, you're discovering that you know what you have to what you need in life to survive. You're building your confidence, you're building your personality all the time.
How to deal with the people, what is your personality, what you really want to do. Because here you have a lot of opportunities in Dubai. You can pick up anything, you can introduce yourself to so many people around you. But what exactly who you are and what you want to do in this life, this is only yours decisions.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, how many years have you been here now?
Already for 5 years. So
5 years.
21. Yeah, for 5 years.
Okay.
Basically.
So we know how you got here, and we know when you got here, and you've had 5 years here. So what's that from when you landed? What's your journey been like between then and now? And how have you grown with the...
Yeah, when I landed, it was post-coronavirus period. So all my businesses, what I had before in China, I was an event staff.
Event management.
Event management. And at that time, as you remember, we didn't know if we going to be allowed to do events or no, because it was not allowed to be close to the people and all the stuff. So I find myself that I can do office management and also administrator work. And I started to work in a salon as an administrator. I work there, and they give me a lot of experience, huge experience of understanding who exactly people in Dubai, because it's even Ukrainian people in Dubai, in Ukraine, and Ukrainian people in Dubai, it's different kind of people. And etc. After that, I decided that I'm so creative person, and I still want to do something. And all the time, I was feeling that I can help women I can do something for them. I can make their life better, but I didn't know how and through which direction, I would say like that. And I started to stitch clothes in Ukraine. I was wearing on myself, and girls, they were asking like, from where you bring this clothes? It's so nice, so beautiful. And I found the opportunity to stitch it here, and that's how I opened my own online store with women clothes. It was abaya, dresses.
So you're designing and manufacturing here and then online.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I started in Ukraine, but then
Right.
like
Okay. Yeah.
the situation couldn't allow
Interesting.
me to stitch
Yeah.
it in Ukraine. So I decided to find opportunity here. I produced it here, and it was like I understood that it was close to my dream to
Yeah.
help women, but not exactly close. That there was something missing. You understand?
Yeah.
Because most of the time when I was going to my clients, I had the delivery team, but sometimes you want to know your clients, you want to
Exactly.
get
Yeah.
feedback. So I visit them, I ask like how's the dress and everything, and I found out that most of the women, they're not confident in when they're wearing something. They shared with me their lifestyles, of course, but most of the time I was saying like, wow, you're so beautiful in this dress, like it's stunning, like you're wow. And she's like, oh, you sure? No, I don't feel comfortable, confident. And I understood from that point, I understood there is something what I can do more.
Okay.
That's how I started to talk about femininity,
Okay.
about confidence, about relationship, and also I went through the also toxic relationship. I started to talk in my Instagram, and it started growing. I got a lot of like feedback messages that yes, I went through the same period of time. Yes, I agree with you. Like, and that's how I become famous in Instagram. And I realized that this is already like, I touch and it's already so warm, so hot. I realized, yes, I want to do courses where I will teach women to like not teach them, but to feel and to give them again. I would say not option. Just second. Like to feel them disconnect again with their femininity, because all of the women, they're feminine, but sometimes in masculine role they lost this femininity. So I help them to disconnect, to
So
connect
do you
again.
think that women that are when you say masculine role, roles that would have been traditionally masculine, because I don't think there's so much anymore roles that are masculine or feminine. I think that women have become so empowered and have so many opportunities now that they're easily as good as men at the particular roles we're talking about. And I guess if we're talking in business, we're talking at C level, at where they are. And do you feel that women have felt that they have to behave in a more masculine manner in order to succeed in those roles? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. Because most of the women, they're in their masculine role, and they didn't choose it. They didn't want it to be in masculine role. First of all, because sometimes it comes from trauma, that they become the high achiever. They become the most strongest one, because they were pushed to be into it from childhood, and then because they wanted to achieve, and then because society, and then you have no time for yourself. Femininity, it's all about your inner feelings, how you're resting, how your energy is reflected to others. It's not. It doesn't mean that if you're in feminine way, you cannot achieve your results or your goals.
No.
Yeah, but what I would say that when you're in your feminine energy, you can exceed. You can achieve even more and faster and easier. Because this is who we are. We cannot achieve the same results what we can achieve in the masculine energy.
Interesting. So that's what you're doing now at the moment. This is your latest project.
I'm not talking only about like achieving the goals through the masculine energy. Sometimes I'm talking also about relationship and about confidence, confidence, etc.
So that's a journey that you've undertaken since you've been here, and it's just growing all the time.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So what's the future for you? What do you want to do?
What's the future for me?
How
I'm
do you see
planning
it?
to do, yes, I'm planning to do my channel, YouTube
Okay.
channel, where I will talk more about femininity.
Okay.
And then I want to start to do offline events where I will gather girls. I will do also some practices because connection with your body is all about practices, about breathing, like touching feelings.
I think that's very interesting. I think also there's a situation where what's the relationship for men with femininity?
What is the relationship
For men with femininity? You know, it's like men feel driven to be masculine all the time. I think a lot of the time, and certainly, you know, any of the sports, for example, I've done have always been masculine. Do you know what I mean? They've always been a masculine sport. You know, rugby, boxing, various things like that. But you know, there's got to be room, I guess, in a man's personality to have what they, you know. Unfortunately, it's got a bit. It's people's like the feminine side. We've got a man's feminine side. That's kind of a bit of a. People joke about it, but I don't think it's a joke. I think there's it
It's
needs
not
to be.
a
You
joke.
know what I mean?
I would say that men, they feel more stronger in masculine when they're in masculine energy, but this feminine energy they get from women. That's why most of the time there are some disconnection and fights in the relationship because woman, she's too into control. Control, it's all about masculine energy. She's too into control. She's not given freedom. She's not given him to feel relaxed. And this, like feminine, what you said, for men, it's to feel peace, relaxed, and freedom. This is what you will feel your feminine, as you said, energy. That's what actually it's important in relationship. When man is coming back home or when he's talking to the woman, he want to feel relaxed. He want to feel this soft power soft power, I would say. Yes, also
I heard you say power.
Because woman, she's so powerful, but soft power. When it's strong and so strict power, then man, he feel that he's talking to the man. And he is already so stressed outside somewhere, like at the office or whatever he do. And then he's coming home or into relationship and he was just to rest and relax.
That's it. So whereabouts do you live in Dubai?
What about me living in Dubai?
Whereabouts do you live?
I didn't.
Sorry, what area do you live in Dubai?
What area I do live? I live in GVC. And honestly speaking, I try to live in other areas, but all life always
brings you back,
bringing me back to GVC because I think it's the most like comfortable area to Marina, to GVC, to Business Bay because I don't have particular office anywhere. So I'm like freelancer, I'm an influencer, and for me it's so like comfortable area. Close to everywhere where I go.
Because I guess different days are different places.
Yes. You just go to Al Hayl Road and then you can reach any place and within maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Even I reach you within like 15 minutes. If there will be no issue with parking, I would reach you faster.
Parking, well, that is one of the issues in Dubai. Isn't it? It does. I don't think it really matters where you are. Sometimes parking can be an issue. I think that's a global problem.
Exactly.
It's a global problem in any big city. You hadn't really heard about us before today, have you?
No, I didn't hear. And I was so impressed.
So what do you think? That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think now?
I was so impressed with the quality of your furniture, with quality of your villas, the way how you explain me that you put a lot of heart, soul, attention in each detail of your project, and it's like huge work. And it's so impressive for me. When I entered your office, I see already, by looking at your office, I see already, first of all, people who surrounded you. They're so helpful, they're so kind. And then in the same time, you feel powerful, power, I mean, because you have even screen, you have projects, you have a corner where you show your customers about furniture and stuff. So
good.
It was.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
So you were saying to me that you want to live in Al Barara?
Al Barari.
Al-Barari.
Yeah,
Okay. Have I changed your
Al-Barari.
mind to Maidan now?
Yes,
Yes?
actually, because it's so close to the business bay. Honestly
Yeah.
speaking, from Al-Barari, you have to drive
Yeah. Yeah.
30 minutes or 40 minutes, but
I
from,
know. I know, but that's crazy.
you
So
know,
I living in London. I drive 2.5 hours for a meeting for 20 minutes.
yeah, you told me. And
So
I
here
was
it's
so
just like,
surprised
yeah.
how people, they can drive for so long.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
we are complaining for 15
exactly,
minutes.
that's what I'm
Why
saying.
would
Yeah, yeah. That
complain?
surprised me when I was in Dubai. We go, I can't come. It's 20 minutes away. I'm like, yeah. It's
Yes.
like- it's a different like time. The way time works is slightly different, I think, over here sometimes with people. Yeah, I was delighted to have you in today, and you know, the what I wanted to understand obviously is, you know, between what you do, I think, as I said to you, development is quite close to. There's a lot of the same principles in development, interior design, for example, and fashion design, because obviously, if you look in even in publications, you've got, you know, Vogue and Vogue Homes.
Yes.
You've got all those kind of things, and you know what's happening in the interior design world. What's coming up in the interior design world is obviously reflected in Vogue. What's coming up in the fashion world in the next 3 or 4 months is reflected in Vogue.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think they're very closely related, and people who are very fashion conscious and enjoy fashion and enjoy, you know, what's going on and look at the latest trends, do that in both fashion and in their home life and where they want to live and where they want to be. So I think there is quite a close connection, and the beauty that is in clothes is the same beauty that's in interior design.
Yes.
I think so. I think that they're very closely related.
This is the same thing what I say, that when a woman, she is wearing something, it's not just the fabric. She want to impress herself to the world, to the people, and at the same time the house, the way how she will make her house cozy, or the way what kind of furniture she will choose. It's also kind of way what she want to show and present to the people who is entering her house. What is her like inner world?
Yeah.
Because our house, it's our soul, where we
No,
feel
absolutely.
peace.
I think what we spend some time is looking at the. We've just opened that particular what we consider our show villa, to show the quality and the design of what we do. But that's, you know, a design that design principle is reflected through everything we do, whether it be an apartment, a studio apartment, all the way to the villas. I think some of the materials may be different, but the attention to the detail, the finishing, and what we deliver, it's the same principle all the way through.
Quality.
So, yeah, quality, really, at the end of the day. We're a quality developer rather than, you know, a luxury developer all the time. We like to deliver quality.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, Kateryna, it's been lovely having you in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
coming
so
and
much.
seeing us. And hopefully we'll meet again.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
you.